Hey YouTube. Hey YouTube, DPal3543 here. Welcome back to the operator. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. It makes noise. I'm eating. You don't mind? I forgot to eat lunch. I didn't eat lunch today.
Hey, pal. So, tell me, how'd day number 1 at the FDI go? Everything you had hoped for? All right.
Very well.
That's what I like to hear. Sorry, buddy. My phone's ringing off the hook here. I gotta run. But hey, great job. And, just keep plugging away, okay? I'm proud of you, Evan.
Alright, let's get going.
Operator Tanner, Agent Pendle has an update on yesterday's case. I'll patch her through in a moment. But before I do, I wanted to let you know that from this point on, you'll talk to the agents directly. Time to cut the umbilical cord. However, as your supervisor, I'll still be in the background monitoring your activity. Oh, I almost forgot. Our cybersecurity department is looking into this unfortunate matter with Hal. You can be assured that it won't happen again.
Of course, Supervisor Skinner.
Good morning, Operator Tanner. So you remember Ray Wells, right? So
course I
I
remember.
checked out the address you gave me, but no sign of Wells. Then I get a call from Vice, and guess what? Wells was found dead in a downtown parking garage early this morning. Shot. Point blank range. Now I'm working 2 homicides, and it's my first week. Welcome to the FDI, Alexandra. Anyway, the garage has cameras, and I got some footage of Wells. That's the good news. The bad news? I don't have all the footage. Sort of weird, but part of it is missing.
Has it been tampered with?
I don't know. Looks that way, doesn't it? I don't put much stock into conspiracies, but the timing is definitely suspicious. Anyway, think you could take a look? I'm looking for anything that's different between the first and second half of the surveillance footage. Apart from Wells ending up dead and the blood splatter on the pillar. Sorry for the vivid details.
Eh. Wells dead. Alright. No, that's flash. No, I know that pretty well. So I don't need him up again. I know who he is. So what's different? Looks like he's talking to somebody. Increase the quality. Anything over there? No. I want to shoot. No. So there's something over there. The light is on at the beginning of the video, but it's off at the end.
Look at that. Give me a sec, operator. I'm gonna check this out. Well. I just found a bullet lodged in the light's framework. I'm sending you a photo. Can you run an analysis and tell me what kind of bullet I'm looking at?
It's like a 9mm. 22. Oh, my bad. 45 ACP. It's like a 45 caliber.
45 caliber? I believe that's what the military and police use. Well, that's something anyway. Thanks for your help, operator. Appreciate it. If only we had all of the footage. Anyway, I should get back to the scene. Keep digging and see if you can find anything else about our perp.
Not you. Hey, that stings. Shot that you and I were becoming friends. On that, I think you'll find interesting. I'm not interested in health. No, you should be. You see, we share a common goal. You, me, and the FBI. You just don't know it yet. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'll help you with the Wells case, but you have to help me later. So, we have ourselves a deal. How would I help criminals? Because, as I already said, we share a goal. And because, without my help, you and Agent Pendle will never solve this case. Wells' killer will still be on the loose. And, sadly, you'll never climb the ranks of the FBI. Is he illegal? He won't be. I mean, apart from working with me, the world's most wanted hacker. But you help me. I have access to the surveillance. I mean, all of the footage. But you get it. I don't have time to go into the technical details. No offense, but you probably wouldn't understand anyway. Will you do the deal? I need your answer, and I need it now. It's forcing me into this. Then you could use my help, so yes, she could. And you could be her knight in shining armor. Yeah. So, what I'll do is I'll go ahead, put this big, juicy, missing part back in, so you can watch it and solve this crime. I'll help you if you help me. Won't this look suspicious? If somebody asks how you got the footage, just say the analysis software restored it. It's supposed to be cutting edge anyway, right? So, do we have ourselves a deal? Whatever. I need you to say it, Evan. Say, we have a deal. What happens if I say, won't do it now? Say, we have a deal, Al. Goddamn. We have a deal, Al. Good. Now give me a few seconds to amend the script. He probably took it just so he could put me into this position where I have to make a deal. Sport. Alright. Missing footage has been magically restored. I hope you have your popcorn ready. I'll be back in a little later to look at my den. Until then.
facial recognition software, and 0 matches turned up, Operator. That's unusual. In fact, it shouldn't even be possible. Our FDI databases are exhaustive. I'll flag this issue for later. But go ahead and share the image with Agent Pendle.
Here we go. Have an image of-
Wait, I don't understand. How did you get this?
Our software
Well,
recovered
this
the-
is huge. Thanks, Tanner. I'll canvass the area immediately. Maybe someone has
But
seen our
wait.
Prince Charming. I'll talk to you later. And thanks again.
If Skinner's monitoring what I'm doing, didn't he see that conversation I just had with Hal? Maybe he's probably did, especially since he saw that I used the facial recognition software and it didn't flag. It flagged as no match found. Now, about that debt, Evan. Let's just get this over with. Good. Now, I'm going to connect you to another FBI agent. Her name is Catherine Andrews. Just listen to what she has to say. Open your terminal and type the following command. Call 187.222.19.98. No secure. How do I do that? Well, oh, 222.19.98.
Hello, Operator Tanner. Hal told me that you'd be calling.
What's this all
Okay, I'll try to keep this short. About a month ago, I started working on a missing persons case. A woman reported that her husband had been gone for over 48 hours. Almost right away, the case felt different. Red tape all over the place. An unusual lack of cooperation from my superiors and colleagues. Unanswered calls. Suddenly, the FDI felt like the most incompetent department in the country. After an almost endless game of phone tag, I finally managed to get an appointment with a superior. The plan was to sit down and talk about the case first thing Monday morning. That Sunday night, I'm awoken by a phone call. The woman's apartment has burned to the ground. And the woman, what's left of her anyway, has been found dead in the ashes.
Then what did you do?
So I started looking into the fire, of course. I couldn't help myself. Plus, I felt like I owed it to Mia. That was the woman's name. Mia Cole. Anyway, it wasn't long before my superiors found out and pressured me to stop. They told me the fire had been ruled accidental, the result of faulty wiring in her oven. They told me I was wasting my time and precious FDI resources by looking into it, and said if I continued, I'd end up pushing papers in a basement
Mia
somewhere. But that fire, Operator Tanner, that fire was no accident. I can feel it. Mia was murdered. I just have to prove it. That's where I'm hoping you can help me.
Her name isn't on the list. How do you know it's not an accident? How would Hal help you with this?
I'm sorry, but I can't really go into that. Not now, anyway. You just have to trust me. Go ahead and search them in the Human DB. The husband's name is Sasha. Sasha and Mia Cole. Please.
Alright, applications. Human DB. Error. 403, access forbidden. You do not have the necessary clearance to view this profile. Okay. Mia. You don't have. I don't have the clearance.
Just another coincidence. right? Look, I don't know why, but someone doesn't want us looking into Sasha and Mia Cole. But we have to, Operator Tanner. It's our job. Who's going to do it if we don't? Can you help me find proof Mia's fire wasn't an accident?
Can we access your case?
You'll take a look then? Oh, thank you. As far as how to access the case files, that's not really my area of expertise. But you can ask Hal.
How can I access the Cole file? Funny. I was just working on this very thing. So, it looks like I can't give you direct access to the files. But I found a bug in the chat. You should be able to inject a query that'll get you in. Just type this. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Techno mumbo jumbo. Not this chat, Evan. In the chat with Andrews. Oh.
Sorry, I don't understand what that means, Tanner.
In the chat with Andrews. No offense, but how did you get this job?
Despite being, well, a thorn in the side, you have to admit Hal gets results.
Alrighty. Summary. The following report was written by Agent Andrews and modified on blank by blank. Case ID 9 X-ray Quebec Lima Hotel Charlie. Status closed as of February 27th, 1992. Conclusion: death caused by accidental fire stemming from malfunctioning wiring in victim's oven. As of February 27th, 1992. I don't think that's how that works. Agent in charge, Catherine Andrews. I'll have to talk to my brother. Notes. Summary. The fire started on February 25th, 1992 around 2 a.m. and was successfully contained by 3:12 a.m. Owing to the duration of the fire, minimal evidence remained at the scene. A single victim, identified as Mia Cole through dental records, tenant information, and a wedding ring was discovered. The autopsy revealed no anomalies, attributing to the cause of her death to the fire. No other signs of physical trauma were found. No indications of forced entry or struggle were evident in the home, aligning with the findings in the victim's autopsy report. The fire response team's report, referred to Report E, concluded that the fire originated from faulty wiring in the oven. Conclusion supported by our investigation. Ring, description, Sasha made engraved ring. Okay, wedding picture. Chemical analyzer. You have opened a chemical sample. We have automatically given you access to the CSLCA data report application. You can find it with the other applications at the top left menu. Please review the user manual relative to the chemical sample analysis process before proceeding. You can use those documents on your personal drive. Okay. This user manual for the ChemScan LCA chemical analyzer provides guidance on proper use and operation, but does not replace proper trading and handling chemicals. The manufacturer and authors of this manual cannot be held liable for injuries, damages, or losses resulting from the use of the instrument or handling of chemicals in a manner not in accordance with this manual. Or applicable laws and regulations. From the user manual for the chemical. This manual is designed to provide you with the information you need to safely and effectively use an instrument to perform chemical analysis. Please read this manual carefully before using the ChemScan LCA and follow all instructions to ensure the safe and proper operation of the instrument. If you have any questions or concerns about the use of the ChemScan LCA, please contact us. 1. Open the sample in the dedicated ChemScan LCA software. Input the appropriate settings for your sample using formulas found thereafter. Start the analysis process. Note that this may take some time. Once the analysis is complete, open the CSLCA data report application. Input the results from the ChemScan LCA analysis and initiate the calculation. We'll then return the chemical composition of the sample. Ion size. Setting calculations. Sample characteristics may affect the setting required. Ion size, the appropriate size. Ion size varies depending on sample size and state. For liquid sample, ion size will be set to 2.0 for both organic and non-organic forms. Solid sample ion size typically around 6.0. If the material is organic, the ion size must be set to 3.5 to avoid damaging the sample. For a gaseous sample, ion size must not exceed 1.3. Delta 5 can be calculated as well. For an organic sample weight in grams times 250. For non-organic samples, sample weight in grams times 100. Threshold for threshold will be how to read the results. Yeah, I don't care. Alrighty. ICCH. I don't know what any of those are. Sample. Alright, so we come here. Open the dedicated chem software. Input the appropriate settings here. Sample using Alright. Can I get, like, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Start. Oh, ion threshold is solid non-organic. Okay, so let's see. So ion size for solid sample, ion size is typically around if the organic ion size. So 6.0. Delta V. It's calculated for the non-organic sample weight in grams times 100. Weight 4.2 grams. That's calculator time. I'm too tired for mathing. So that's 420. Alright, threshold. Will depend on the value of delta V and sample type. Liquid samples threshold should be set to 1/3 of delta V. Solid samples threshold should be half the delta V. So 420 divided by 2, so that's going to be 210. Sample matrix size. The default value of matrix size is 5. If you're using an older version that can scan LCA version 1.03 or lower, you must set the matrix size to 4. So it should be 5. Start. Again, isn't the supervisor monitoring this? But then again, maybe they're using this to, like, track where Hal is to arrest him. So maybe I'm being used in that. Okay, hold on. How to read results. The ChemScan LCA will give, as a result of the analysis, a frequency response curve and additional sample characteristics like pH, reactivity, etc. Those values are going to be used by the CSLCA data report. Open the CSLCA data report software and input the CCTV, pH, and frequencies in order to calculate the exact composition of the sample. The response frequencies must be entered from highest to lowest intensity spike. There must be between 1 and 5 spikes that are higher than the threshold, represented by the red area. You can use the mouse pointer to calculate the frequency. CCTV is 901. pH is 6.5. Frequency is 1.53 kilohertz. 2.44 kilohertz. 9.28 kilohertz. Invalid setting. So I need like one more. You think? Oh, highest to lowest. Right. Okay. So it's gonna be 10.61 followed by 9.28 followed by 9.28. 4.46, and then 1.5. You should check the manual to make sure you've entered everything correctly. Must be entered from the highest to lowest intensity spikes. There must be between 1 and 5 spikes that are higher than the threshold. You can use the mouse button. Alright, so, okay. I'm trying here. Okay, so there's this one. 9.27. What I got here. Next highest is you. 2.42. Next highest is you. 1.60. And the last highest is 10.6. Yeah, I found it out. Cellulose, wood, gasoline, other non-identifiable. Cellulose? No. Other non-identified residue? No, it would be the gasoline. Yeah. There were traces of gasoline in the fire.
I knew it. Faulty wiring might... You know what. This was no accident. Someone started this fire and killed Mia. But why?
What are you going to do now?
Maybe I'll end up at a desk in a dark basement somewhere, but I'm going to keep digging into this. It matters to me.
How so?
I grew to know her. Mia, I mean. With our line of work, you try not to get emotionally involved. That's what they teach you at the academy anyway. Almost from the start. And usually, I can turn the switch off. I learned to do that. Feel nothing. But with Mia, I just never could. She wanted to be a singer, she told me. That was her dream. And I'm not exactly an expert, but she did have a good voice. Really. She was just a decent person. Wanted to find her. Someone killed them, Operator Tanner. Someone killed Mia and her baby. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh. Anyway, thanks, Operator. Because of you, I finally have proof. Knowing Hal, well, as much as someone can know Hal, I have a feeling this won't be the last time you and me work together.
Good luck, Ancient Rangers. I'm just gonna get rid of all this stuff. So, you found evidence proving the fire wasn't an accident. Well done, Evan. Maybe there's hope hope for you yet. The way the FBI has handled the Cole case. It's strange, don't you think? I want to do my job, Al. That's it. But solving cases is doing your job. So is making sure victims get the justice they deserve. Look, I know you probably still don't trust me. I'm on the FBI's most wanted list. I hacked into your computer. I get it. But tell me something. Why would I bother going to the trouble of working with a low-level FBI employee? Sorry. If I didn't have a good reason. Make my life a living hell? As enjoyable as it may be, no, Evan. That's not why I'm doing this. Maybe you're thinking about turning me in to get that reward. But it's too late. You're in too deep. Oh.
Operator Tanner, can I have a word?
Of course, Director.
I see that you've been looking into the database entries for Mia and Sasha Cole. You want to tell me why?
Hal made me do it.
I see. I should have guessed Hal might be involved. This lowlife has been making our lives very difficult lately here at the department. But we're working with our cybersecurity team. We'll catch Hal soon enough. In the meantime, and this is very important, if you hear anything else about the Coles, you come to me right away. Understood?
Absolutely.
I'll talk to you later.
You shouldn't have done that, Evan. Lucky for you, you held up your end of the agreement by looking into Mia's fire. You don't scare me, Hal. Washington, D.C., 4:55 p.m. Oh, you.
So who the hell am I talking to this time?
It's still Operator Tanner.
The same operator Tanner from before?
Yes, Agent Walker.
Good. You haven't been fired. I was afraid I'd have to explain this goddamn case all over again. I went back to where Connie said she took the photo in the desert. You remember, right? Where she said this, flying saucer supposedly landed. I didn't find a flying saucer or any aliens breathing their last wheezy breaths or anything like that. But I did find something else.
The desert heat?
I found that too, Tanner. But no, that's not what I meant. I found stones. A bunch of stones lying there on the surface of the sand. I'm no geologist, but they look funny to me. Like they'd been moved. Put there for a reason, you know? So, I call it in. Because I'm sure as hell not gonna dig myself, Tanner. Not in this suit. A team arrives an hour later, and they start digging. Sure enough, under one of the stones, they find a body. Advanced state of decomp. They dig under another stone. And lo and behold, this time they find an entire skeleton. Turns out, we're standing on some sort of desert graveyard.
How many corpses are out
Hard to say, but I counted more than 100 stones. If they're all grave markers, well, I'll let you do the math.
Found a body in the skeleton?
Yeah, messed up, right? And judging by the size of the skeleton, it belonged to someone young, Tanner. Real young. Look, I won't beat around the bush. The medical examiner has finished a preliminary report on the skeleton, and they found what they believe is a photo of the victim in the sand, buried there by the bones. Never seen that before. Any chance you can take a look at all this and get me an ID, Tanner?
Consider it done, Agent.
Let me send you the files. Well, it's taken a while. Hard to access the satellite out here in Roswell. Dryfield. Okay. Looks like it went through. About goddamn time.
Autopsy report.
The skeleton appears to be female, estimated at 9 years of age. Starting the examination now. Initial observations show well-preserved and intact bones. No visible signs of trauma or damage. The subject is missing her left incisor. The rest of the dentition looks good. No decay or disease is present. Moving on. Here's something interesting. One of the metacarpal bones on her left hand, the metacarpal 3, has a slight curvature. You don't see that a lot. So, to summarize, the subject appears to have been a female, approximately 9 years of age, with a missing left incisor tooth and a slight curvature in the metacarpal 3 in her left hand. Based on the level of decomposition, the body appears to have been buried for approximately 6 to 8 months. Further testing and analysis is needed to determine the cause of death.
Forefront. Back. Hands now. Message on the back. Welcome to the facility, Gabby. You're in good hands now. Sincerely, Dr. Jenkins. Alrighty. Who are you? Henry Jenkins. Error 403. Access forbidden. We do not have necessary clearance levels via this profile. Okay. Pull up the photo back. I think. Nope. Alright.
Yeah, that looks like it could be the first name. But I'll need the last name too. I'm thorough like that.
Yeah. Gabby. Henry Jenkins, okay. Do you have that too? Autopsy report. 9 years old. Applications. Let's see.
Jenkins. That name rings a bell, operator. Check the other cases for anything possibly related to him. Maybe there's a clue in there tied to the girl.
Maybe. Let's see. Cases. Pendle. Bar. Name list. Jenkins. Tanner Hawkins. No. Anything Gabby? Glenn? Georgina? Gunnar? Gail? Gabby Bruce. Gabby Bruce.
How did you find this, Tanner?
Names on a list from another case, like Connie.
Just when you think this case can't get any weirder, that's exactly what it does. But I need concrete proof it's her. Got anything else in your bag of tricks?
Show evidence. Hold on. Name list. Gabby Bruce. Nope. Okay, 2 occurrences on Gabby Mills. Oh, it could be Gabby Mills. Hold on. Oh, that's a dude. Never mind. I can see, like... Let's see. I got you. Henry Jenkins. No?
Having the same first name isn't enough. I need something else.
Where am I gonna find that? It's not like I'd have an image of the body. Henry
There must be an element that could tie the skeleton found and this Gabby Bruce. Examine the autopsy report and see if you could find anything there linking them.
Let me see. Okay, so she's 9 years old, missing a right incisor, and then has curvature on metacarpal 3. Let's pull up her file. Make sure I'm still recording. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Gabby Bruce. Okay. Age 9. Nope. No positive. No known aliases. Single. Ah. Gabby also has unusual bone growth.
I'll be damned. 9 years old, Tanner. Breaks your goddamn heart.
It does.
What the hell is going on out here? And what's a connection to Connie? Okay, the examiner has just finished processing the second body I was telling you about. The one in the advanced state of decay. Let's see here. Adult male, early 60s. Ah, they got an ID on him. Quentin Spence. Want to see if that name is on your magical list too?
On list. Name list. Quentin Spence. It is. Yeah, he's right here.
So there's definitely a link. I see some of the names have been crossed out. Can you figure out what that business means?
It's crossed out, man. I think it means they're dead. Status missing? Crossed out means the person is missing.
Looks to be about 100 names like that. That number matches the stones. God damn. And if I was a gambling man, I'd say the circled persons are still alive. Like our Connie. There's something else about Spence, Tanner.
What's that?
They found him buried in a lab coat with some, you're never gonna guess, floppy disk sewn into one of the pockets. Remember what I said about this case getting weirder and weirder? Now the second disk password protected. Open that second floppy disk and give me an address tied to Spence. Something I can look into. I'm getting a little restless with you doing all the work. The operator program. Oh, I'm sending everything your way.
You could be a little more appreciative. I mean, the hell, man. I'm helping
There
you
you go.
figure all this out. Autopsy report 2.
Autopsy report of a male, approximately late 50s, early 60s. Initial observations show no sign of trauma or blunt force injury. Similar to the first remains found. The decedent appears to be wearing some kind of lab coat. Starting the external examination now. Excellent dentition. The decedent is wearing some kind of badge. Let me put this to the side. Abdomen seems healthy, with no signs of trauma or injuries. The lab coat seems to contain a hidden pocket. There's something inside. It's sewn shut. I'll open this with my scalpel. There. There appear to be 2 floppy disks inside the pocket. Strange. In my estimate, the body has been buried for approximately 2 to 3 months, based on the level of decomposition. At this point, the cause of death is uncertain. Further testing and analysis is needed, including toxicology reports, before I can provide a conclusive determination.
Alright. Let's see. Badge. Instead of operations. Technologies clearance. Interesting. Floppy disk. Two. Floppy disk 1. Study. Upon my arrival at the Bio-M facility, I was warmly greeted by Dr. Jenkins himself. How fortunate I am to work with such passionate, intelligent scientists, even if in a subsidiary role. During our meeting, Dr. Jenkins explained that I would be heading up a trial involving FMP TAC 1138, a key component of his research project. Although he did not disclose much, I have the impression that the project is shrouded in secrecy. It appears to be of great importance. The trials, which are scheduled to commence in a few days, once I am well versed with the subjects and the procedures are in place, Dr. Isles, the facility director, informs me our work has the potential to significantly enhance the well-being of the patients, who have been selected specifically for our research. The entire facility itself has been constructed for this purpose alone. Although I am unaware of the project's source of funding, there appears to be no shortage of resources. I'm truly optimistic our research will make a profound difference and push the boundaries of scientific knowledge. Okay. The AMPA receptor is a crucial component of excitatory synaptic transmission plasticity in the brain. As a glutamate-gated ion channel, it mediates fast synaptic transmission and contributes to synaptic plasticity by modulating the strength of synaptic connections between neurons. Dysfunction of the AMPA receptors have been implicated in various neurological and psychiatric disorders, including Alzheimer's disease, depression, and schizophrenia. Fig 1, representation of the AMPA receptor. Selective AMPA receptor potentiators represent a promising class of compounds for the treatment of these disorders, as they enhance AMPA receptor function and improve synaptic plasticity. FMP TAC 1138 is a novel selective AMPA receptor potentiator that has shown promising results in preclinical studies. It has been demonstrated to enhance AMPA receptor-mediated synaptic transmission and improve synaptic plasticity in vitro and in vivo. In this study, we sought to explore the potential therapeutic effects of FMP-TAC1138 on neuronal connectivity. Specifically, we aim to investigate whether FMP1138 could enhance synaptic connectivity and promote the formation of new synapses in vitro and vivo. To accomplish this, we used a combination of electrophysiological imaging and behavioral assays to assess the effect of FMP-TAC1138 on neuronal functioning connectivity. The results demonstrate that FMP-TAC1138 enhances synaptic connectivity and promotes the formation of new synapses in vitro and vivo. Specifically, we observed that FMP-TAC1138 increased the frequency and amplitude of excitatory postsynaptic currents, EPSCs, in cultured neurons, indicating an enhancement of synaptic transmission. Furthermore, we found that FMP-TAC1138 promoted the formation of new synapses in cultured neurons, as evidenced by an increase in the number of dendritic spines, the sites of synaptic contacts neurons. In vivo, we found that FMP-TAC1138 improved cognitive function with a mouse model with Alzheimer's. Specifically, we observed that the FMP-TAC1138 treated mice performed better in a spatial memory task compared to control mice. Additionally, we found that FMP-TAC1138 treated mice had increased dendritic spice density in the hippocampus, a brain region critical for learning and memory. Taken together, our findings suggest that FMP-TAC1138 represents a promising therapeutic agent for the treatment of neurological and psychiatric disorders characterized by impaired neuronal connectivity plasticity. Further, preclinical and clinical studies are warranted to evaluate the safety and efficacy of FMP-TAC1138 in humans. Results 1. 1990, FMP study, Dr. H. Jenkins, Dr. Q. Spence, Dr. A. Isles, frequency range, number of subjects, 98. The results demonstrate that FMP-TAC1138 significantly increased the frequency and amplitude of EPSCs, indicating an enhancement of synaptic transmission. These findings suggest that FMP-TAC1138 has the potential to improve neuronal connectivity and plasticity, which could have implications for the treatment of neurological, psychiatric, disorders characterized by synaptic dysfunction. The graph displays the results of a study investigating the effects of FMP-TAC1138 on the synaptic connectivity in vitro. The study aimed to explore whether FMP-TAC1138 could enhance synaptic transmission and promote the formation of new synapses. The graph shows the mean frequency and amplitude of excitatory postsynaptic currents, EPSCs, in cultured neurons under control conditions and after treatment with FMP-1138. The results demonstrate that FMP-1138 significantly increased the frequency and amplitude of EPSCs, indicating an enhancement of synaptic transmission. These findings suggest that FMP-1138 has the potential to improve neuronal connectivity and plasticity. Like Dr. Isles in this results paper, I will use the Little Endian standard. Interesting. Alrighty. Floppy disk 1. Close that. Where did Quentin Spence go? Okay, knock that up. Floppy disk 2. Enter password. Oh, okay. Shoot. Let's see.
The symbols and file names written on the second floppy disk look to be there for a reason, Tanner. I suggest checking those two files for clues about the password. Focusing on the symbols. Maybe keep those two files open and see if you can do something with them.
Yeah. let's see, there's key, lock, snaps, snap, no, alrighty. Indian standard. Alright, let's look through all. Oh, key. Isles uses Indian. Okay. So so part of it is Indian. So we have that. To unlock the full potentials. Okay. 105. Five KHC, no, not you. 6.72 kg. 105 KHC max. Okay. You right now. You right now. You right now. Yeah, you're fine. You. You. Here. Yeah. So 6.72. 66. Alright, 72. Min Indian. Okay. KC Min Indian. And 105 KC max. No, okay. 66.72, 105 KC. To unlock the full potential. 66.72. Jumps to. I'll use Indian. So let me see. Minimum. Maximum. So it has something to do with Indian. But what? No, I don't. Okay. Key and lock. Lock and key. So something Indian. But what? Do I have to maybe 1/5 minus 6, 828 KFC Indian? I got a lot.
The key and lock icons, operator. They must be important. I suggest you combine them to reproduce the schematics on the second floppy disk. My hunch is that the content is not very important. Just the part with the icons in the two files mentioned, FMP 1138 and Res 2.
Nope. Okay. Potential Indian. Potential end. Unlock full aisles. Unlock Indian. Unlock aisles. So it's something something. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Okay. So what if it's 1, 2, 3 full? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Full. Oh. Oh, hold on a minute. See, this, and this. To unlock the full potential, I'll use 105 KHZ Indian. 105 KHZ maximum Indian. That not it? Maximum Indian? Five KHZ max Indian. Da, da, da. I wish I could move this. Oh. Ah. I can. If you are reading this, it means I'm no longer living, and that I have been buried in the tried protest of corpse. I implore you, you are, to share my story with anyone. My name is Quentin Spence. I was head of operations at Bioenergy. I'm writing this letter because I'm about to resign from a job that once was my
operator head, but that was actually somewhat impressive, Tanner. The address you sent, it's not far from here. I'll check it out first thing in the morning. Tonight, I think I'll help the team exhume the rest of these bodies. Screw the suit. God help us, Tanner. God help every single one of us.
I agree. Take care of yourself, Adrian. That is wild. Ah. I'm quite enjoying this game. I love it. What a day. I hope Hal doesn't kill me. I hope I don't get murdered.
Look, you need to do something about it. He's poking around, asking too many questions. He's going to expose us all if you don't rein him in. Yes, his shift is over. Yes. All right. Yeah, fine. We'll talk later. Bye.
Very noisy here. Ugh. That was perfect. Shower. Oh yeah, tomorrow's Friday, isn't it? Yeah. Nice. Alright. Was I a subject of that? I'm kind of starting to get some Black Ops Cold War vibes, where we go through the whole end, and like at the end we'll discover that Ethan Tanner here was in reality a test subject from Project Emu that was successful. Anyway, I'm gonna call it there, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've been really enjoying this. I hope you guys have been too. Be sure to stay tuned, and we'll see where this goes. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.